everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Subscription Boxes and More with Michelle. Look, I got a new little mascot here. Look, it's a catty corn. Goes with my logo for my channel. One of my granddaughters found that for me. Anyways, I'm here because, well, it's time to hopefully do a DIY for you. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I have amassed quite the collection of headbands. I mean, like a big, huge collection. The problem with that is I don't have any place to store them. And I'm tired of picking them up where the cats keep knocking them down. And I tried putting them in a box, and the problem with that is, even though I've got the crisscross, closed, the cat sits on it, the box collapses, and then the cat's laying in my headbands and not working out. So I'm going to try something. Don't know how it's going to work. I guess we'll both find out. I have rolls of paper towels. I actually have two of these packages. And my thought is I'm going to cover this with material, each roll, and hang them, a bit apart from each other with ribbon. And the headbands will go like this. I should have brought one in. I have one on my head, but my hair, I just came in from outside, and even though I washed my hair last night, I used a new product, and it's like gummy. It's supposed to be repairing, and it turned my hair all gummy. And that, with the little bit of sweating that I do, my hair's gross. So I'm having a very bad hair day. All that to say, I should have brought in a headband. You'd think I'd have some in here, and I probably do, but Lord knows where they are. All right, so anyways, I want to try to make this, I started out thinking I was going to make it 3 tiers, but I don't think 3 is going to be enough. So I'm thinking I'm going to make it at least 4 or 5 tiers in, or 2 of them that are 3 tiers possibly, because I don't want it hanging down so low that the cats use it for a climbing, like a ladder. So I'm not sure yet how I'm going to assemble it, but that's my plan, is to take each individual roll, cover it in fabric, because if you don't, then it will be shredded up, right? And, taking the headbands on and off would definitely tear it up very quickly, and the cats. And so I'm going to try that. I got some, I don't want to have to sew it because I want it to be quick. So I actually got some fabric fusion glue, and I hope I bought enough because I thought I was only doing 3. We're going to try that. We're going to cover it in this fabric, which is sort of a, gray and black and gray. But I thought that since I'm going to do so many, I will possibly do like every other one in either this multi-cat fabric, because I think those kind of go good together, or this little bit more simple multi-cat fabric. I'm not sure which one. Probably this one, because I think it's prettier. But anyways, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it turns out. And I got plain just white ribbon. It's got kind of a sparkly edge because I couldn't get plain. All right, so my SD card got full, and I was just working away, and I didn't even notice that it had shut off. All right, so anyways, I was saying I'm going to hold it together, like think ladder kind of look with this ribbon. I wanted it to be wider. I wanted it to be at least 1 inch wide, but they didn't have any for some reason. But what I was thinking is where they are joined together in the space between, it'll go up and kind of like a point and then go, down, and then they'll hang below each other. I don't know if I'm making any sense. You'll see. But I was thinking that things like the hair clippies and the, what are they called? Bobby pin type things and barrettes could maybe hang between the layers on these, because I also, they're in a drawer and I can't, find what I'm looking for. And like when I want doubles, I can only find one, that kind of thing. So anyways, I did get 1 roll done. It's drying. Seems to be gonna hold. The ends are still kind of wet, but I just sort of folded it up. I got pins in it to hold it as it dries, but kind of folded it up like you would if it was a present. But I did bring a headband to show you the size of the roll. If I can get in frame, I think, see, it's just right, I think, for headbands, and you can put a few on each roll. That's why I'm thinking I'm going to need the 6, and I may need even more than that. I bought so many headbands. You know, I'll push them close together, but only so many will fit on a roll. And these are like the really cheap budget. It's like $1.95 for 3 rolls. So this is not a very expensive, it's Dollar General, by the way. Not a real expensive DIY. The fat quarter fabric was like 97 cents at Walmart. But I will tell you that instead of buying fat quarters, if you're going to make this, you may wish to buy actual, like by the yard, and get at least a half a yard, if not more, of fabric, because this is all I have left of that fat quarter, and it is not going to do a second roll. I thought I could get 2 out of each. For whatever reason, I just had it in my head I was going to be able to make 2 out of each piece. I may have to make kind of a Franken roll, you know, piece it together, you know, part of this and part of the cat fabric. It's going to be covered up anyways. I want it to look nice hanging in my bathroom. It depends on what it would look like if I did that sort of, you know, I don't know. But I just don't want to waste all the fabric, and it didn't come out right, and I'm going to have it covered with headbands anyways. So yeah, I may figure out a way to do that and still make it semi-attractive. All right, so anyways, there's what it looks like with a headband on it. Let's put it together. Let's, I mean, you know, make another one, because I did this on camera, I thought. Nope. It shut off on me. All right, so anyways, this is by Created, the fat quarter, which is 18 inches by 21 inches. And like I said, I really thought that was going to be big enough, but apparently I was mistaken. All right, so I'm not even worrying about like the wrinkle lines and things like that, because again, it's going to be covered with headbands, and as you can see, they don't show up a whole lot once you put it on and stretch it. All right, so also, the cardboard, the chipboard that they put in here, I'm not throwing that away because I can use it in my paper crafting, you know, to make tags and things like that out of. You know, you go out and you buy something that, again, it's, you've got it. Why buy something that does the exact same thing? Let's take that. There's a nice edge on this one that I didn't have on the other one, that kind of finished edge. I'm going to try to get that on the, turn it this way. I'm going to try to get that on the outside edge of my roll. And I know from the last one that I have to go like the way that it's folded. I don't know if you can see the fold lines. I have to go like about midway here. So I just sort of eyeballed it and wrapped it kind of like, really, kind of like this, and then rolled it up and said, yeah, about that big. So, so around half of this square, you know, from the fold lines, and I used a little more than half, the edge to try to cut it kind of straight-ish, but they didn't cut it straight-ish, so I'm doing the best I can here to conserve. Oh my goodness. I got little scissors, so it takes a minute to cut across here. I'd rather cut it a little big and have more overlap than cut it too small, because then I don't have, there's no real room for error, you know, when you don't have enough to do another roll. And I was really trying to do this as inexpensively as I could, so I really don't want to have to buy more fabric if I don't have to. But again, like I said, I want it to be attractive but functional. So alright, so this extra piece, obviously, is not gonna... So I was wondering if maybe I could do sort of the leftovers from the cat piece and the leftovers from this, and do sort of a, like, one in the middle, and then, I don't know, something. You know, and some on each side of the other one. If it doesn't look too bad, we'll have to wait and see what it looks like. And the thing with that is I only bought one fat quarter with the cats, and only one fat quarter with these cats. So, and it's not going to look as good if I mix and match it. I mean, it's fine if I do like 2 different ones, I guess, but they're both going to be hanging in my bathroom, so I don't know. I wish, like I said, I would have realized, and I wish I would have bought more, but I didn't. All right, So I'm sticking this in the middle, and I'm taking my fabric glue, and I am making a bead across this, and then I'm using, it's a double-ended glue. I hope you're seeing well enough. So one end was a fine point, and the other end is kind of this dauber, and I'm using the dauber end and sort of making, you know, smoothing that out, making a bigger swatch there, and I'm turning that over and I'm sticking it in the middle of my fabric, just so the top part where the headbands are going to be is actually attached to the paper. Also, I realize that the paper towel, if it wiggles a lot, it's going to come, you know, it's going to come loose. But my thought is, you know, it shouldn't wiggle that much once it's all put together. So I'm going to put a bead of it a little bit bigger and across it that way, because this is going to be the part that, where I've got to overlap the fabric. Alright, always make sure I cap my glue because I really don't want it to dry out because it was not over cheap. Well, this is going to overlap a lot that direction. Alright, I should have measured before I glued. Alright, and then bring this up. Oh, it's going to be probably a little crooked. Again, like I said, it wasn't cut straight to begin with, not terribly straight. So right, I'm going to glue along the edge of the fabric so I'm not putting my glue in the wrong spot. In any place where it's kind of loose, I'll go back and add more glue, you know, at the edge. If I missed a spot. Yep, I missed a big spot right here, where the fabric was folding over on itself. I'm just trying not to use up my glue to the point that, you know, I don't have enough to finish the project. I'm going to try to smooth that out a little bit, so I'm not having it ooze out when I push it down. I already have it all over my hands, and I'll tell you what, this stuff sticks to you like glue. Alright. But, you know, this is going to be a lot faster than sewing this. I mean, I'd have to sew it by hand, like on the paper towel roll. And I was thinking, boy, that'd be a pain in the neck. So I thought, I'm going to try fabric glue. Because I remember when I was a kid, they had a product like this, and it was called like Stitch Witchery or something. And I thought, you know what? That is a plan. So, see how quick? I mean, a lot quicker than sewing it, right? It's got a little glue on that side, but it's the bottom. Nobody's really going to see it. It's all over me. Want to shake hands? Right. I had a tissue, but it's now all gluey. I'll save you my parody on the Louie Louie song, you know, gluey, gluey, you know. I'll spare you that, or at least most of it. All right. So on the ends, as I said, and I tried to do it so that you can see, but then I won't be able to see, but you know, you can't have everything. So I put a little bit of glue on the end of the paper towel roll to hold the first fold. Let me turn it around so I can see it. Just, you know, a little bit, just to hold that in place. And then I tuck that in, just like I said, just like doing a present, right? And then I took the glue and I tried to, this triangle here, I tried to glue it really pretty well and not stick my finger in it, but you know, again, I can't see because of having it turned towards you. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And I just sort of tuck that in, right? And this side I glue, I didn't get that tight. Oh, I guess you can only go so tight and then it pops loose again. All right, already I'm starting to notice that my glue is not as full. All right, so I'm gonna glue that triangle bit and fold it up like a present. Overlap the first one, try to keep it kind of smooth looking. And that leaves just this little bit of extra here. And I just sort of cut that off, so I wanted to make sure it didn't stick out. It would help if you would stay glued. Okay, it came loose. So I sort of just trimmed off a little piece right here that's sticking out to just neaten it up a little bit. And then let me turn the back around for you. Put a dab of glue underneath here to help hold that together. And then I put a little dab of glue here, and I folded up the corner so I didn't have that point there. So it looked neater, like you do on a present. And then I added the glue all on here. Make sure I get, all right. And now this isn't going to be as neat on this end because I'm doing it at a weird angle. Folded that up, put the lid on the glue, or not. And then, if I can find the cats got in here. When I was going out, they got in, of course, because I don't want them in here. So they have to be in here. So I just took some pins, and hopefully they don't stick there forever because of the glue, but I just the parts that I glued right here, because they tend to want to come back apart, I just pinned it up. Of course, the pin, I didn't get it in there and it was crooked and came loose. Probably these pins are going to be so sticky, and if they do come out, and but you know, more important that it holds together, because it'd be a lot of wasted product if I didn't get it to work. So just pinning through all those overlapping pieces to try, and wherever it seems like it needs more glue, like these corners, on the last triangle like part that I folded up, I just went back and added some more glue because it just seemed like it was going to need it, and pin that in. And I'll show it to you all pinned up here in a minute. This one definitely I missed the edges. Alright. Lid. I'm so sticky. Alright. And I'm in a hurry because I gotta drive people around. I feel like an Uber driver that just doesn't get paid. You know, Uber drivers make a lot of money. I don't make any. Alright. Feels like my... Push the roll in a little bit because I think I was pushing the pins and I sort of pushed it out. Alright. So that is the end of it. Do you see how I, pinned it where I had the, like, package, fold there, so that it will hold, because the glue wants to pop loose and I want it to hold while it's drying. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other end, and I'm going to, and it'll look all like this when it's finished. And I'm going to put them together, and I'll be back with you for the next step. I forgot to hit record. So anyways, what you missed was just I took the ribbon, as I told you, and I glued it 2 strips down each side to give it, try to help it to hang up a little better and to give it a little more strength. And let me tell you something. I did not expect it to be all that heavy when all that is, all it is the rolls of paper towels. But when you lift this up, it is pretty heavy. I'm hoping that the glue is going to hold on this ribbon. I hope that I don't hang this up and just have it fall apart. I've got it pinned there so it will dry. And this is wet too, the little hanger part. But when you hold it up, it does hang fairly decently. I had to just eyeball it. I don't have enough room on my table or in my studio to do this, lay it out right and measure everything and all of that. And I wish I did. But hopefully it's going to hang okay. I may actually, once this dries, I may actually tack each one of these strips of ribbon, at least at the top, or maybe the top and the bottom, just to make sure that it holds together. I'm going to let it dry for a bit and see, and I'll be back with you. We'll hang it up on the wall and see how it looks all put together. It's all put together now, it just needs to dry. I thought about like putting some lace around the ends or doing something fancy, but honestly, I'm afraid that adding a bunch of stuff would, yes, it might look nice, but it would take away from some of the room to put the headbands and some of the functionality, I think. So, but I did get more fabric to do. So there are now 2 solid black ones, 2 ones with the cat, and the ones that I showed you that I did a combination. So, but you'll see that when it's hung up. And so I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright guys, here is the finished headband. Maybe I should turn it the other way so you can, there's the finished headband holder up on the wall with the headbands on it. Get back so you can see. Alright, if you can look, pause that and tell what row, starting number 1 at the top, you know, 2, 3, what row and what number from right to left that the headbands are. There are 2 that are exactly alike. Whoever gets the right answer first will win a small prize. It'll be a nice prize. I mean, it's not going to be a gigantic prize, but it will be a worthy prize and something hopefully you will like. So there you go. Okay, because we didn't do the 400 subscriber giveaway, we're doing this instead, and there will be a prize. A mystery prize. Alright, well, there you go. I hope you like this project, and I hope that if you have headbands that you've got just thrown in a drawer or on your counter or what have you, that you will try this out. Good for kids, good for adults, and probably good for other things as well. Maybe you could like use it for necklaces, you know, put them around the roll and keep them from getting tangled up, or I mean, I'm sure there's other things you could use it for, but for me it's for headbands. And if I'm going to buy any more headbands, I'm going to have to make another headband holder because it's pretty much full. See the whole thing? I forgot to film the headband holder before the headbands were on it. I wanted you to see what it looked like. I'm not going to take all the doodads off the side because they were kind of a pain to get on there and make them all fit, but you get the idea. And you can see now more than you could before how wonky it's hanging. But there you go. That is the headband holder all done up. You can see like the one with the appliques and the plain ones and the Franken one that I put together. So I hope you like it, and if you make one, try to lay it out on a surface long enough that you can see when they are straight and when they aren't, because that was my problem. My surface was way too small and I couldn't lay it out to make sure they were straight. But you get the idea, and if I make another one, I will lay it out on my bed or something and try not to get glue on it. Because glue went everywhere. But there you go. I hope you like it. I really like it because before I had headbands everywhere, and now I have them all in one place, and all the hair doodads in one place so I can find them and wear them. So there you go. Alright guys, please give me a big old thumbs up. That would really help my channel. And please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Mine is a little wonky, doesn't hang exactly straight, but I did the best I could because I didn't have a big enough surface to work on to lay it out, you know, while I was working. Had I been able to stretch it all out, I would have seen probably that it was wonky. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you think, and please subscribe to my channel, and please share my video with others because you don't know, they might want to subscribe as well. And thank you for watching and listening to me babble, and I'll see you again soon in another video, and I'll be doing some more DIYs too. Bye bye.